The previous video delved into Linda's experience with glowing beings, harnessing celestial energy like from the sun and the moon. The story continues after a short break. This session revealed a history of trade agreements between Earth and other interplanetary groups. The Universal Pact allowed otherworldly visitors to come and trade for this unique material in exchange for technology and knowledge. These agreements were not always stable, with disruptions due to the Earth's warring nature leading to renegotiations. The technology exchanged during these pacts often spurred the advancement of human technology in unexpected ways. Dolores, what kind of pact was made? Linda, a pact was made with the Earthlings on several occasions to allow intergalactic flights to come and trade for this material. From time to time, there were disruptions in this trading because of the warring nature of the Earthling. Things were destroyed, people left, and new pacts had to be renegotiated. Most times, these were made with the leaders in particular areas on the Earth. Sometimes they could be negotiated with private citizens who had charge of a particular area. Dolores, I'm thinking of a pact as usually negotiating for something in return. Yes. What did the Earthlings receive in return? Linda, the Earthlings received technology they had not known before, or a help in technology they were developing in a very primitive stage. In these pacts, they were given more information to help them develop what they happened to be working on at that particular time. It just speeded the process up a great deal, and more knowledge was able to be put into practice. The conversations also touched upon the Interplanetary Council that regulated the interactions between Earth and other visitors. This council controlled who could visit Earth and what could be given or taken during the interactions. Its location was shrouded in mystery, existing on a different plane accessible only to those who had attained a high level of respect among their peers. This council maintained a strict policy to ensure that Earth's interactions with interstellar visitors were for constructive purposes. Dolores, is it one group that has learned to use this element as a power source? Linda, no. There are many who know of it, and they visit from time to time. However, they are controlled by a council. There are representatives from each place who sit on this council, and they make the decisions, who may visit and what they may give and take from the Earth. It is all decided beforehand before any contact is made. No one may come without permission from this council. Dolores, I have heard of this council before, and I have always been curious about where it is located. Do you have that information? Linda, this council is located in a place that is inaccessible to anyone but a council member, and they must be a being in high respect of their peers. No one knows exactly where it is. Dolores, but it is a physical place? Linda, no, it is not a physical place. It is on another plane, and is only accessible by those who are evolved enough to go there. Dolores, then they give permission to come and get this material, and to trade knowledge with the Earthlings. Linda, that is correct. Dolores, am I correct in assuming that other groups have also come for other reasons besides obtaining the material? Linda, yes. Some groups come to learn why we do the things we do. They come to observe our ways. Some come to try to teach us how to be a more peaceful people. There are many reasons why they come, not just for trading purposes. Some come just strictly out of curiosity, but not very often, because this permission to enter the atmosphere is not given solely for curiosity. The insights shared by Linda during the session revealed that Earth's strategic position in the galaxy, along with its unique resources, made it a key point for interplanetary trade. Linda also mentioned the involvement of interplanetary visitors in significant events on Earth, including times of medical crises. While these beings never directly interfered in human affairs, They sometimes used mental telepathy to provide guidance to doctors and healers during plagues and other crises. This subtle influence allowed Earthlings to improve their medical practices without feeling as though they were being controlled by outside forces. Linda: that is part of it, but it goes much deeper than that. It has to do with power and greed. There is a question from my students. They want to know how the material was discovered by the visitors. I am telling them that starships once again came to the Earth to visit. It was by accident that they discovered this material they have been using for energy. It was quite a revelation, and they were very ecstatic to find it because they had been journeying far into other galaxies to collect this mineral. The expedition this time was to give medical knowledge to physicians who were practicing medicine very archaically and killing many people. They came to teach them some basic knowledge of the physical, biological makeup of the human being. It was a much-needed operation in order that life could progress on this planet. While here, there was a great plague, and many were dying daily. They were trying to decide what to do with the corpses. It was during this time frame that the mineral was discovered while they were digging mass graves. Dolores: the space people or the Earth people? Linda: Earth people. The space people were observing what was going on at that time. They never interfere with the day-to-day life of human beings. They only observe and provide avenues for humans to learn their technique. Dolores: but if they didn't interfere, how were they giving the humans, the doctors, the information? Linda: through mental telepathy. Doctors thought it was something they had discovered on their own. They needed to know how diseases were transmitted from one to another and how it lived in the blood. Blood is very crucial to the life force of a human body. Dolores: and the humans, the doctors, didn't know how the disease was transmitted? Linda: no, they weren't aware of the necessity, the value of the blood flowing through the human body. It was very necessary to the life force of the human for this blood to be in the body. And they did not practice good hygiene. Dolores: at that time period, they didn't know about germs either, did they? Linda: no. This was what they were trying to convey to them, about bacteria and allowing the blood to leak out of the body. Dolores: to leak out? Linda: they did not stop the blood from leaving the body. They did not know it was necessary. And so if one had a wound and bled profusely, they did nothing to stop it. They did not know that it was necessary for living, to maintain a certain amount of blood within the body. This was one of the mistakes they were making, and the lack of cleanliness caused bacterial infections. It allowed bacteria to enter the body and the blood stream. It was unknown at that time about disinfecting and washing and being clean. They had no knowledge of chemicals. The first step was to teach them to use water to wash themselves thoroughly and to keep the environment clean. Dolores: were they able to transmit this knowledge through one doctor or 9 Linda? Through many. The seeds of this knowledge were planted through minds, from one mind to another. Most of the doctors thought it was their own idea. It was not given in such a manner that they felt they were given this knowledge by another. It was just something that occurred to them. Dolores: I was thinking if they just gave it to one man, he might be feared or considered unusual. Linda: no, they gave it to many. And when they compared notes, they agreed that this was a good idea. Dolores: but didn't the beings think this was interfering? Linda: no, they gave it as a gift, and it was up to the individual whether he wanted to take it or not. It's not considered interference because they had the opportunity to decline. Something had to be done. Many were dying. Overall, the session in Little Rock provided Dolores Cannon with a glimpse into a hidden world of energy, harnessing, interplanetary trade, and the complex relationship between Earthlings and otherworldly visitors. It showcased the delicate balance of power and the challenges faced by those seeking to harness energy in new and innovative ways. The next chapter will be about Janice's omitted transcripts. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. Thanks.